How y'all doing, man? Today we're here with the national champion Yonas. He's been one of the top players at our Arizona locals for ages, and he was giving me the most trouble in testing leading into Nats. But let me stop glazing him. Let me go ahead and let him introduce himself. Yonas, go ahead.
Hey, I'm Yonas. I am the first US or NA One Piece Nationals champion.
Yes, sir.
I'm super excited to be here with crossaitcg.
All right, first things first, I know you gave that brief introduction, but tell us a little bit about yourself. Who are you? How'd you start playing One Piece? Let us know.
I'm a former Magic the Gathering player. Wasn't particularly great. I never made the Pro Tour. Tried for a few qualifiers, never actually made it. Around when OPO2 came out, one of my friends, Jim, another local player, told me just try this game out, and ever since then I was hooked. Topped my first Treasure Cup in Carta Magica with Smoker.
Yes, sir.
You gotta keep running. You gotta play some bad decks every now and then.
That's fire, bro. Damn, that's a crazy come up, bro, because you're definitely one of the best in One Piece. Do you mind telling us how much did you just win at Nationals, bro?
So if you look at like the expected market value for a lot of the cards, I think I'm up a little over $250,000.
Damn, yo, $250,000. That's crazy. Do you have any plans with all that bread?
I wish it was something fun. As of right now, probably just set around $10,000 aside to just mess around with, have some fun, and the rest of it's going in retirement accounts.
Yo, homeboy's responsible, bro. That's fire. That's fire. And you have to tell me, bro, because I'm personally extremely jealous. How does it feel to win nationals? Like, how are you feeling after you got up there, bro? Like, let me know.
It is unbelievably crazy. I had no idea to expect to do this well. I play against a bunch of insane players all the time, between you, Clayton Hill, who's top 64, a bunch of other great Arizonans, and I felt comfortable with my Sokka matchup for the most part, but it wasn't like anything spectacular. So I didn't expect to do amazing, but I expected a top 64, and then I just kept running the gauntlet. So I was just like,
yeah.
keep going.
That does get into my next question. So after you got into top 64, you're getting to top 32, all of that. Did you think you were gonna win it the whole time? Like, how were you feeling, bro?
After the first round, I played against my first Sokka. I won pretty comfortably, and then I looked at the rest of my side of the bracket, and no matter what, I was playing against either Anel or Zoro. And
damn, yeah.
Before I went into this tournament, I told most of my friends, if I lose to an Anel mirror in this tournament, I'm quitting One Piece. I was that comfortable with the Anel.
Yeah, I know. You've been grinding that. You're like the Anel god, bro. That's actually insane. But all right, yeah, let's get into the prizing. So I know we have your deck list here. First off, do you have any prizing here with you?
I did not bring the Kaido, but in true fashion, I brought some top player packs.
Okay, you brought some top player packs. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, gases.
There's a bunch of gas ones. Hopefully we hit something good. There's a beige in here potentially, which would be really awesome to open.
How much is beige worth?
It's about like 3,000.
3,000. Damn, bro. What the? Yo, I wish I did good at that, bro. What is this?
First one, 7-drop kid.
7-drop kid. Okay, that's sick. Is that worth anything?
I think it's a couple hundred.
Couple hundred. Okay, that's sick though.
Really
that's sick.
nice.
Shit, I'm gonna have to buy that, bro.
You need it, bro. Purple's so bad mixed up though.
Yeah, it's just Reiju. Reiju don't even got 7 kid.
Yeah.
And then what's this one?
Next one's Basil
Hawkins. Damn.
Also one of the not great hits, but
yo, the One Piece guys don't mess with me, bro. We got collectibles on my video. Hey, that's sick though. Thanks for opening those. Thanks for opening those. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get into some questions for the game. So how did you feel about your deck selection leading into Nats? We know that you got Anel here. How'd you feel about it?
So I think I tested a fair amount of Sokka, probably more than the average person, but for the life of me, I could not figure out how to win in the mirror. I think there were no real great cards to get an edge, so I didn't feel comfortable playing that for 9 rounds and just hoping to draw more Rebecca Leeches in the mirror. So I tried to figure out something else, and Anel was kind of the thing that naturally inclined towards. Because against like players that aren't as comfortable in the game, you get free equity.
Yeah.
But also, even against good players, this deck was just unconventional enough that you just get a bunch of free wins against a lot of players as well.
Yeah, it's difficult. I remember I was losing to you for ages, bro. It was so frustrating, bro. So
don't worry, we played a couple games beforehand, and Michael.
Nah, bro. All right, and then yeah, after the tournament, do you still think Anel was the right choice? Like, if there was like another nationals tomorrow, would you still take Anel again? What are you thinking?
If there was tomorrow and went knew my deck list, hell.
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
I think it was the right choice solely because of the lack of information. I got super lucky because deck lists weren't given in top 64, which was like unexpected. And not many people knew what my exact list was. So the fact that people didn't know I was playing Thunderbolt, didn't know I was playing Seven Mom, gave me a lot of advantage because they didn't know what my deck looked like for the most part.
Yeah.
So that gave me a huge edge, and if I knew that going forward, I definitely would have brought basically the exact same list going into Mass, like all over again, because this deck is so much fun and so powerful.
Yeah, all right, it's very smart. And then, how were your matchups between the 2 days, and did anyone or any deck in particular give you a lot of trouble?
Everyone knows Anel's Boogeyman. That's purple Luffy.
Yup.
I only hit it once. We don't talk about
Pin on the 7 kid.
Only played it once. Hit a very timely Sanji trigger, and that was basically all she wrote there. Aside from that, I played mostly the conventional decks. I played 7 Sokkas between days 1 and 2.
Damn, 7 Sokkas.
Yeah,
Beat all of them?
Yeah, I lost 1 in Swiss.
One in Swiss, okay.
In round 8, and I lost 1 game to Jackson.
1 game to Jackson, okay.
Yeah. Those are the 2 games I lost for Sokka. 5 Anels and 1 Zoro. And I did not lose any of those games.
Damn,
So
okay.
I think it was 21-2 if you include the buys.
Yeah.
And both my losses, 1 was Jackson, 1 was 1 in Swiss. So felt pretty good about it.
That's gas. And then how hard is the Anel deck? Like, do you think others will be able to abuse the deck the same way you do, or how hard do you think it is to get into it?
This deck's ultimately just a resource management deck. Every single card you counter with matters way too much. So every card you pitch is very detrimental. So trying to figure out when you can take things and when you can't is kind of the learning curve for this deck.
Yeah.
But once you get comfortable with it, I think this deck's way easier to play than Sokka, because Sokka's decisions get crazy complicated really fast.
Yeah.
But this deck, you can make sure you're able to use your resources as efficiently as possible, and if you can, this deck's pretty easy to fight with for the most part.
Okay, that's fair. All right, cool. Now let's go ahead and talk about the deck list. So I'm gonna just go ahead and pan over the deck list real quick. So this might look fairly standard to most of y'all, but you will notice there's no Thunderbolt and no 7-cost moms. So that's the main thing we're actually gonna talk about now. So the first thing I want to talk about is no Thunderbolt, because I was pressing you about that leading into the tournament. I was like, yo, no Thunderbolt? Like, you sure, bro? Like, you sure? So how do you feel about no Thunderbolt? Was it the play?
I think 0 might be a little bit troll. The problem is you eventually want to have 1 Thunderbolt to deal with blockers against purple Luffy.
Yeah.
And having your Sokka opponents respect your Thunderbolts out of life is very important. Because like hitting a random Borsalino when you're playing that matchup very early can just swing the game entirely.
Yeah.
But the problem is if you've ever played a Nell, drawing Thunderbolts is the most
Yeah, it sucks, bro.
ever. Like whenever you draw 2, if you don't hit Shiroshi out of life, you're just like basically destroyed on the spot. And I really just want to minimize those chances.
Okay.
So that's the reason why I did it. And having every single card be countered for the most part, besides your Haymakers and Amaru, makes a lot of matchups a lot more comfortable, including Purple Luffy. I would probably go play 1 or 2 moving forward. I don't think 3 is the right number, but making sure you keep track of the number of total bricks in your deck is very important.
Okay, that's fair. And then also looking at your top pin here, I see that you have 4 7-cost Anel, 4 8-cost Katakuri, 4 Yamato, and no 7-cost Mom. So how do you feel about no 7-cost Mom? I know people be mentioning that for like the mirror, stuff like that. How do you feel about it?
So I think the card's very mediocre in the mirror. She's very good on curve, and she's very unimpactful for the rest of the game, just because the body is like really easy to deal with like your opponent's Katakuris. And also like I'm not sure if you ever played Sokka versus this deck, but when you do, when your opponent plays 7 Mom, you like never care.
Yeah.
You decide, like, am I playing this game control or you're playing this game aggro? If you just give your Anel opponent a life and you go Great Eruption Borsalino, 7 Borsalino, you basically won the game on the spot. So like making sure your Sokka opponent doesn't have comfortable turns is like the most important part about this deck. When I'm playing 7-drop Anel, my opponent needs to Ice Age Houndblaze like almost every time, or my Anel sticking for the most part. So like making sure you have sticky threats that are hard to deal with is like the main way to beat this Sokka matchup.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, that's actually, when I was testing the Japanese list, I felt like I could beat Anel pretty comfortably because they didn't have 7-cost Anel. Then you played against me and I was like, holy, like, I've never played against an Anel that difficult. So that's a very good answer. Yeah, so now let's go ahead and talk about Worlds. How do you feel about our chance of winning Worlds, like as a country, whether it's you or Jackson? How are you feeling?
I am always going to be kind of trepidatious about my matchups. I'm not entirely sure if I'll do particularly well.
Yeah.
I feel great about NA as a whole. Jackson, by far and away, I think is the best NA player.
Yes, sir.
I think 7 serial Luffy's is like accurate.
It's nuts.
I have no idea how. I've won 3 and I thought I had a great track record. This man has 7. I'm just like, what in the world?
Yeah.
He's an insane technical player, and he grinds just as much as anyone else, if not way more. So he's going to be great. I'm going to be bringing the best to my A game into Japan, so I'll hopefully do well for NA as well. But I am comfortable playing against a lot lot of EU players and a lot of Latin America players, and I played them in a tournament before. But I have no idea about Asia. I'm not entirely sure about the quality of play in Japan. Hopefully they're exciting. Hopefully they're insanely good as well, so we can play some awesome games.
Okay, cool. And do you know when you're arriving into Japan yet? Like, are you just going there for the tournament? Or are you going to show up there early and, like, maybe get some food and stuff? What are you going to do?
I'm probably going to show up a few days early, get some food, just, like, relieve myself from jet lag. Got to be at 100% for this tournament.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And probably just, like, enjoy my time in Japan because it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to be in Japan, like, for free, basically. So I might as well make the most of it.
Yeah, I'm going to be there as well, so hopefully we can hang out, bro, for sure. And then that's awesome. So now to end off the video, is there anybody that you would like to shout out?
So shout out all of Arizona and the lab. Everyone's been amazing. Everyone's great. Shout out to CrossAI, obviously, because you're the GOAT.
Thank you, bro.
And shout out Eggman. That man has made Arizona on the map almost single-handedly.
For real, bro.
Eggman Events has been a huge boon for everyone in the community, just like producing content, making sure everyone's up to date. We really appreciate it.
Yeah. All right, and then to end off this video, I just want to let you know, bro, I got to read off this real quick. I'm extremely proud of you, bro. You've personally been a really good person and player to me, and you're a huge part of the reason the Arizona community is great. And on top of that, you're usually one of, if not the best candidate for Worlds. Like, I'm really glad. Going into Nats, bro, I was scared it was going to be two random people. We got you and Jackson, bro. So thank God, bro, we got great representatives for Worlds. And I was glazing you like crazy leading into the tournament. Pause, bro. Like, I was letting everybody know. So to see you win is crazy because it just, proves that you're a really good player. And I'm glad everybody got to see how good you are, bro. So good stuff, bro.
I appreciate it.
Yo.
You aren't dead. Jack or CrossAI is still insane, I promise. He's going to show up next event and cook it.
We'll see, bro. We'll see. And to end this off, I just want to say that you're officially forgiven for not joining my 3v3 team, bro.
That's fine.
All right, but with that being said, we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Later, guys.